Okay, welcome to another video from Dr. Lock. Here we are today in what looks to be the bowels of hell. Bottom of the basement. And a nice big cockroach. This is our problem today. So basically it's an external building fire door, and as you can see it has the lever type lock which we're going to be replacing. We have the same type. It's a storing function, which means it's always locked on this side, it's always free on the inside. This one here stopped working, and just by looking at it, it's one of those doors where the builder, he puts all these rough bits, on the doors that nobody really sees. What I mean by that is that the door used to be hinged on this side, and now it's hinged on that side. Also the striker plate, there is no striker plate. They've tried to sort of screw in one, but it's not really worked. That's where the striker plate is. Obviously, to comply, it had to open the opposite way, so they've swung it around. The only problem is there's not enough room in there to really fit a striker plate. Also, it's going to take a lot of time to actually cut it in, put tabs in there, knock out all the concrete and do that. So we're going to come up with another solution to introduce the ramp and give it a good position to lock into, rather than having to carve in a whole new strike. There's the strike. So normally the way they fit, they've got to be flush. So to put a strike on this side, we simply can't just screw one on, it's going to be too high. So we're going to try another method on that one. Also, this door is inside two other fire doors. So to get in here, you're really inside the building anyway. So I don't think it's really necessary to have it picture perfect, considering it just costs more time and labour. So first of all, our problem is the lock. Let's have a look at that. Locked from outside, correct. Nothing happening on the inside. So that's a fail. And that's actually a fire door. So it's a fire door. So it's got to be kept clear. It's got to be working. Everything's got to be good on it. Otherwise, it doesn't meet regulations. So first thing we're going to do is use our spike tool. Come in here. Pull this lock off. Get off the door. There we go. Pop that off. So there's a little bit of paint holding everything in. Driver. Now we could spend time working out why it's not actually working, but in this scenario it's better just to change the whole thing straight up. It's most likely the latch, but if we change the whole lock, we can give them warranty and confirm that it actually does. Everything's been replaced and working. Okay, well that actually looks like that's the problem. So obviously there's been too much pressure and it's broken this part, most likely caused by the frame. So we're gonna have to put a bit of work into the frame by the look of it. There's our new latch that can go straight in. Nice easy swap over. 60mm, we're going to go to 70. Put a couple of these screws back in. That's the driver. Make sure we're ramping the right way. We are. So that's done. Now we've got our screws for the lock. This is a storing function, free on the inside, locked on the outside. The trick for this one is that you have to put the circle where the retainer is, because you can put this 180 out and then you can't basically get the knob off. You have to peel the metal back to get to the retainer, and that can be a little bit frustrating. Okay, now that will need to slam by the time we're done. Why aren't you going in there? Something's obstructing us. What is it? What is it? Yeah, that part's right. Aha. Looks like this has not got enough room. Bit of the wood's in the way. Is that the problem there? Looks like it's drilled okay there. Looks like it's all the way there. Looks like it's just hitting right there. Okay. Let's do this. Okay, that looks better. 1 millimetre is how much it was not going on by. There we go. Looks good from that side, yes. Now, read instructions for removal. So that's basically to say, put this side with this one here. That's what they're talking about. So that means if our handle is like this, our retainer's there, our retainer's there, so we want to fit it this direction with the retainer in an accessible position. A little bit tight to get on. Retainer in the right spot, yes. Oh, lock is on. Hole retainer, yes. The little one lunk goes in first, and the 2 lunks get done next. Where's my tool? Here's my tool. Okay, so that's that part done. Not done yet. The key, we're going to swap the key. I want the same key as they've been using previously, which is okay, we can have that. So take my cylinder out. There's a pick gun. There's a tension tool. There's a thing. So we just need to pick this lock, hit the retainer, slide it out, slide it in the new one, and we're good to go. Okay, so that lock is picked, but it's very crusty. Try picking it the other way. That's better. Let's turn a quarter of a turn, pushing retainer, move tool, separate. Push retainer again, separate. Okay, so it's rubbish. There's always a nasty cockroach in this town. Okay, we're checking our tails. Our tails look to be the same, they're good. So we'll put our cylinder back in here, this one back in here, slide back on here. We need a key to drop it in, so okay, that's on. Give it a good pull. Now let's test it. Working. You turn your key, it allows you to release the handle, so we're good. Okay, next challenge. Now we went over the striker plate a skinny one here, but even that, if I was to mount that in, you're probably going to be, might make it. It's an older one. Let's give that a try, see how we go. It does have a couple of little points there. Most likely I'm just going to be snapping the screws off and it's not going to go anywhere, but let's give it a try anyway. What are those? Oh, some sort of metal in there already. Okay. Okay, so we have some self-drilling metal screws, but I get the feeling they're going to be too big. But let's give them a try. Getting nowhere fast. So we can do a fresh hole. Also, this is full of concrete, so maybe. Does not want to go in. Come on. As expected, we're hitting the screws. That's what I thought. The door is hitting the bottom screw. Now we have a couple of options. One, we could go with the striker plate, file the screws down. Two, we could hit it and try and we could try and implode this to make it lower. Let's try that. That's just basically bent it in a little bit. And we are still hitting on rocks. Okay, that looks okay. There's pick gun again. So it's a fire door, it just needs to be locked with. Let's test it. Fire door open. So that's a pass, that's working. Because it is a fire door, because it is in a stairwell, now look where we are. We're already 1 level, 2 levels of security in. That will be sufficient. Obviously Strata doesn't want to go to town and spend, you know, $400 or $500 on a door when really it only needs to be a couple of hundred. Considering what it was originally to where it is now, that should be sufficient. Let's give it a little bit more clearance. I mean, it's not beautiful, I understand that, but it is working. And it's working quite nicely. All the concrete just falls in that. Now let's just check where it's actually locking in. So that's good enough. Now the keyway is turned, that's why I can keep using it. Turn it back and it's locked. So that lock there we fitted was a Brava Metro lever set commercial, quality grade, RH6062SC, storing function, 60-70, tie bolt, fire rated, using the PD cylinder. And yeah, that's it, all good. Back to normal. Thanks for watching.